Hello, I would like to show you how to fix the turn signal in your Chevy HHR. And this works in similar vehicles like the Chevy Cobalt. What we want to do is we want to remove the turn signal lever and repair it and reinstall it. First thing you do is remove the trim ring around the gauges on your dash. You will need a stubby Phillips screwdriver to take the two screws out that are right up underneath here. They're not very long. A few quick turns and they come right out. Hardest part is finding them with the screwdriver. Next thing is use a precision screwdriver or very small screwdriver or something of that nature. You just want to pry underneath the lower part of this trim ring. There's a couple clips in there, one on each side. Just pry that forward and down a little bit. You want that trim to pop out. Comes out just like that. Set it aside. Now we did that so that we can remove this cowl around the steering wheel housing. To remove that, there's 3 screws in the bottom that take a 9/32. I'm using a socket on like a screwdriver handle. Now you can separate these two pieces. Top piece comes off, and then the bottom piece. And you might want to move the handle for the tilt wheel down so you can get this out. Might need to move the steering wheel up a little bit. Pretty flexible plastic, so you can just work it out. To remove the turn signal lever from the steering column, there's 2 clips on the base of it here. You can just snap them with your little screwdriver. One's on the top, one's on the bottom, and it just slides right out. Now we got to take these 2 electrical components off. This one here has a lever that you can just squeeze and pull that one out, and this one here has a little latch right there. And then it's out. Okay, so we have the turn signal lever out of the car. First thing we want to do is take the 4 screws out of the body of it to get the cover off. Okay, so as I'm taking the last screw out, I'm holding onto the cover. It's not spring loaded, but we don't want it to go flying off and have pieces lost. So what you want to do is you want to slowly take the cover off. You don't want pieces to go flying. And you can stick your small screwdriver in there just to hold everything down. Just like that. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to turn this spring around. So we're taking these 2 pieces off. Remember how they were in there. And we're going to take and we're going to turn this spring, this brass colored spring. It's kind of held in there with some nubs. Now if you look at it, it has to go in a certain way, but it can be turned around like that. Now I already did this to my car, so I'm not going to keep it turned around. I'm going to put it back the way I had it. So you're going to turn it around so that it's the opposite from when you open it up. Put it back in there so it's on its nubs. White piece goes back like that. Black piece goes. They're not spring loaded, but they're kind of spring loaded. I'm going to keep everything held down. It's good to remember how it all went together. Something like that. Now I'll put it back together. Put my screwdriver on there. Put the cover on and slowly back the screwdriver out. Now you want to make sure that your gaps here are all closed up as you're holding onto it, because that's a good indication that your pieces are all in place. Now your turn signal lever's back together. We can install it in the car again. Okay, so we repaired the turn signal. We can put it back in the car. There's only 2 of these electrical connectors, and they're shaped differently so that you can't put them in the wrong spot. And they pretty much just snap back in place. Put the module back in. Now you might need to adjust your steering wheel in order to get that to slide in. Push it in. Now you're going to have to put these tabs back up, because when they snap down, they stay down. They snap those 2 guys back in place. And now you can put the car back together. This is probably the toughest part, is putting these pieces back in. Okay, so I got the bottom cowl in. Now we'll put the top trim piece on the steering column. They snap together. Make sure all your gaps line up so you have all the snaps that are going to go together that go together. Put your screws back in place. So that trims all together. Now for the trim around the gauges, you slide that in top first. And then you can push the bottom pieces in. You just got to make sure you get the snaps to go in the right spot. There's 2 Phillips screws you need a stubby screwdriver for. Alright. And it's complete. Thank you.